My boss fired me for a stupid mistake, so I ruined his entire bloodline. You ever work for someone so cruel you start fantasizing about their obituary? That was my boss, Marshall Harlan. 49 years old, gelled hair, gold watch, and the soul of a clogged toilet. Marshall didn't run a company. He ran a kingdom. And we weren't employees. We were peasants with inboxes. He made us clock in 5 minutes early and fined us for being 1 minute late. He called us by job titles instead of names. My official identity in that building? Content Asset 07. I was just a copywriter. Decent at my job. Quiet. Reliable. Exactly the kind of employee no one notices, which is why I think he hated me even more. Marshall had a rule. If you had personal problems, you dealt with them outside of professional obligations, which, in Marshall speak, meant don't even think about blinking if your mom's on life support. Mine was 3 weeks, stage 4 cancer. I worked while she faded. Typed press releases while she forgot my name. Marshall knew. He didn't care. The day she died, I got 2 emails. One reminding me about an overdue deck, and another warning me not to take extended bereavement without HR pre-clearance. I showed up the next morning, dead inside, just like he wanted. And then, I made a mistake. Not a real mistake. I attached the wrong file to an email. Sent version 4 instead of version 5. The client didn't even notice, but Marshall did. He called me into his glass office, you know, the kind designed to humiliate you publicly, and said, "You've been slipping. Frankly, I'm disappointed. Your emotional volatility is creating operational drag." He said that, word for word. Then he handed me a folder. Termination notice. Effective immediately. Best of luck, he said, like he was doing me a favor. I left without a word, walked straight past the front desk, down the elevator, out onto the street, and laughed. Not because it was funny, because something inside me snapped. And when it snapped, it didn't break, it sharpened. The idea didn't come all at once. Revenge like this doesn't hatch, it ferments. But it started later that night, while doom scrolling LinkedIn with one hand and holding a whiskey bottle with the other. That's when I saw her. Natalie Harlan. His wife. She'd posted a photo. One of those boring women in leadership headshots. Polished blazer, hollow smile. Caption, "Proud to be helping build a better world." I snorted. Marshall didn't believe in better worlds. He believed in control. And I wondered, what if I could take that from him? So I messaged her. Just a casual compliment. "Loved your article on leadership. Thoughtful stuff." She responded in 5 minutes. We talked, we clicked, we met for coffee, then dinner, then something more. She was charming, intelligent, and, most importantly, absolutely over her husband. He micromanages our marriage, she said once, like I'm a calendar invite. 6 weeks later, she was in my bed, her blazer on my floor, her breath on my neck, and that's when I knew this wasn't about sex. This was about surgery. I was going to dissect Marshall's entire legacy, starting with the woman who shared his last name. 2 months later, she was pregnant. She cried when she told me, said it felt like a new beginning. I asked what she'd name it. She smiled and said, "You, of course," and I wasn't even close to finished. Next on my list wasn't someone I expected. It was Marshall's younger sister, Delilah. She wasn't like him. She was warm, outspoken, hated suits, and hosted weekly wine nights on her balcony. I found out through a chance meetup at a networking event hosted at the art gallery she curated. I told her I was freelancing now. Got canned for caring too much, I joked. She laughed. Corporate's a cult. Welcome back to real life. We bonded fast. Weekly wine nights became daily chats, then rooftop dinners, then nights she didn't want to end. Delilah wasn't jaded like Natalie. She was hopeful, the kind of woman who believed she could fix broken things, like her reputation-obsessed brother. "I always thought he treated people like pawns," she said one night, "but I didn't know how bad it got until you told me. I didn't even have to seduce her. She kissed me first. One night, during a thunderstorm, she told me she loved me. 2 weeks later, she told me she was pregnant. I played shocked, then grateful, then scared. All the right emotions, because this wasn't just a baby. This was a brick, and I was building a tower of children with my name on it, right on top of the empire Marshall worshipped. Then came his mother, Margaret Harlan. Full story on channel, link below.